let's say a radio, FM radio. Okay, for most countries, I think they go from 88 megahertz to 108 megahertz. Are you happy with that? You know what I mean, that concept. If you have a radio station, you know, you might listen to a radio station on 104 FM, there might be one at 96 FM. You know what I mean? Okay, so the start of the spectrum is at 88 megahertz, and it goes up to 108 megahertz. And within that space, we have radio stations that you might tune into. So you're familiar with that concept. Okay, that's pretty simple. So if there's a radio station at 96 megahertz, there'll be some RF energy there. Okay, because when someone's transmitting on there, the radio station, they're transmitting. Same at 104 megahertz. There'll be RF energy there, because someone has got their transmitter, the radio station. They've gone 104 megahertz. That's our station. We've got the power, and we're transmitting. So that right there is a very simple spectral display. It's a display of the spectrum. For radio, for FM music radio, it goes from 88 megahertz to 108 megahertz. And if you look at the energy, let's pretend there's only 2 stations, okay? There would be more, obviously, but let's pretend there's just 2. If you scan along for energy in that spectrum, you'll see energy here at 96 megahertz, and you'll see energy here at 104. That right there is a spectrum display. So when people talk about spectrums, they're talking about a certain area in RF, in this case 88 to 108 megahertz, and we're looking for energy in there. So if we had, let's say there was something here like that at about, I don't know, 100 megahertz. Let's pretend there's a radio station at 100 megahertz. If it's way up here, what does that tell you? What does the height of these mean? Do you know what that is? What that would be the power. So if this radio station here at 100 megahertz, they've got their transmitter and they've got more power. You know, they're transmitting power. That would go probably further than these 2, okay? Because there's more power there. But that there is a simple spectrum display. So right there, you know that, okay, we've got 3 transmitters here. This one is it's the strongest because it's right up the top. Is that you can understand that? Yeah. If not, let me know now. Do you know what I mean? Okay.